Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. We're gonna get into classic haul mode today. Like, I'm not doing a try on. We're just gonna go back to basics and talk about some new stuff. My Sephora VIB haul will be in this video. A few random new things from Ulta, even a couple things from QVC. So this is gonna be fun. There's a lot of things that I've tried a little bit, so I think I'll be able to offer some insights. But you know, just kick back, relax, we're gonna chat a little bit. The things that I found on Ulta's website, I was drawn in because I saw something on the front of the website that said, like, hot buys. It was a bunch of stuff marked down like half off, and I'm thinking, what is this? Did I miss some 21 days of beauty, or are they just randomly doing this? So I saw that the Gen Nude blushes from Bare Minerals were half off, full size, and so I got one of those. This is the shade called Strike a Rose. It's just a really nice, smooth blush with maybe just a hint of a satin finish. It's just a tiny step away from being totally matte. And I'm sad that it's like really, really close to the mini shade, the only shade of a Gen Nude blush that I had before, but it's still beautiful. I think I'll get tons of wear out of it, no doubt. But I got a really good deal on it because it was half price. Also half price were these NYX lip products. I think every NYX product was marked half off. So there were a couple of new things that I wanted to try. This Line and Load product. Okay, I'm wearing this. This is the deal. It's a skinny, skinny, skinny little liquid lipstick. Look what they mean. They say you can use that to line your lips and then fill them in. Now, here's the thing, when I first used it, I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. It really does, you know, like line your lips. It's tiny. It's just a skinny little thing, you know. It really does allow you to be precise, but then I started thinking a little more and I'm like, are any other liquid lipsticks especially hard to do? You know, most of the time the wand applicator is in such a way that you can easily get out to the edge of your lips with no problem. In fact, this probably takes me a little longer to apply, but you can kind of use the side of it to lay down a little more product, like in the center of your lips, but you can take this and get a very precise edge along the outside. So I've got this in the shade Feelin' Fine, and it's this pretty berry color. I would say it's very similar, what is it called? Something Suede, their regular liquid lipstick formula. It's just they're packaging it in this really skinny tube with a very skinny applicator. And yeah, what do you think about that? Is that absolutely necessary? It's like they fixed something that didn't necessarily need a lot of fixing, but it may draw people in just like it did me. You know, just a really different looking product. And then the other thing that I am wearing on my lips today is a gloss. It's called Filler Instinct, and this is another new thing from NYX. And I got this in the shade Sparkling Please, and it is very shiny. Like, to wear this on its own, this is kind of a lip topper type thing to me. It's super shimmery. It looks like a bit much worn 100% all over the lips, but here I kind of dabbed it in the center of the lower lip and blotted it around. And I think it looks really pretty in that respect. There is a little tingle. It's kind of like not so much a minty tingle, but a feeling of a little hotness on the lips. I'm not carrying a lot of actual scent that I can pick up on. It never gets to a point where it's uncomfortable, but you do feel a difference as compared to just a standard lip gloss. So I got that, and then the other thing that I got from Ulta is a new Beauty Bakerie palette. Just what everyone needs, another one to fall in love with. No, I don't feel so far, I don't feel quite as strongly about this one as I do the Cotton Candy Champagne. I will show you Cotton Candy Champagne in case you're new here. But odds are you've seen me talk about this. 4 really beautiful glowy blushes, and I can't remember what social media, maybe it was Twitter. I feel like it was Twitter where I saw this being talked about by the brand. It's called the Coffee and Cocoa Better Not Bitter palette. And they were mentioning how this can be so multitasking, like an eye palette, a bronzer, a blush, you know, whatever you want to do. It is a variety of finishes. It's 3 that are pretty shimmery. I would say the gold is probably the most shimmery. And then this bronzer here is kind of a satin finish. And I'm wearing all this on my skin today. I'm wearing the bronzer. I'm wearing all of the shades on my eyes for my eye look, and it did achieve an eye look really great. I'm wearing this as my blush, super lightly, giving me that kind of rich reddish glow. I see me loving this in the summer months because there's so much richness in the shades, and it can really accent things bronzy wise. You might look at this and think, how is that going to play out on the face? Like, it's a deep brown, like almost hint of burgundy or plum in there, but as it shears out, you see just more bronze in it. So if you were even to use that with a very light hand and a fluffy brush, you would just get kind of a bronzy, shimmery effect. So in fact, it may be a bit more multifaceted, a bit more multi-purpose on the face than the Cotton Candy Champagne. I'm not quite as immediately shook by this, but I am liking it so far, and I do think that's a great bronzer shade. I love that it does have that tiny bit of sheen that looks so natural on the skin. So yeah, to be continued. I'm gonna keep using that for sure. Let's move on to the Sephora VIB sale. I got a new thing that I really felt like I needed. I'm trying to use mineral sunscreens, okay? And I've got one already. This is the Drunk Elephant Umbra Tint, and I like this. This is very, very moisturizing, a little heavy, a little glowy on the skin once you put it on. It's kind of a much different effect from what you think when you think about like just slapping on sunscreen on your face. Definitely doesn't look like white or anything like that. In fact, it does have a little bit of a tint to it, and frankly, a teeny bit of shimmer that's in there too. So it's gonna give more of a glowy effect, not only by the look of it, but also by the amount of moisture it's adding to your skin. So do I like that sometimes? Yes, but do I want it all the time with every look? Not necessarily. So I feel like this is gonna be my perfect companion to have a mineral sunscreen that I can also work with that's gonna be quite a bit different from that experience. And it's the Supergoop Smooth and Poreless 100% Mineral Matte Sunscreen. So this has SPF 40. It says one universal tint. To me, it seems like that tint really disappears into the skin. It's a lot like a Benefit Professional, as I mentioned, as I was throwing this on in a recent video. You can, just to look at it, it's kind of beigey, and then that beige tone kind of disappears, but there's a real smoothness, and it feels like a primer, the kind of primer that is truly gonna lessen the appearance of pores. And I've worn this so far with a number of foundations, and I've been really pleased with the effect. It wears really well with the New It Cosmetics foundation, I think. So yeah, just another sunscreen option that I really wanted to play with, and I'm enjoying it. Here's another skincare-ish type product here from Farsali, the Liquid Glass. It says it's a Radiance serum with hyaluronic acid. It has this kind of like gray silvery look, and I'm feeling a little lost with this product. Like, I'm wearing it now. I put it on like before I put on the sunscreen, but they say it can be used as a radiating skin serum, can be used alone or mixed with makeup. If you have this, how do you like to use it? Is it the kind of thing that's more of an invisible, like it's giving you that hyaluronic acid skincare benefit, but it's not so much seen on the skin? Farsali has certain products like I love. I mean, the Rose Gold Skin Mist, and I like their actual primer. But sometimes these serum type things like the Unicorn Essence, it's easy to feel a little bit lost on how exactly does it work best. I've put this on like first on my skin as a literal serum. I've put it on kind of more on top of my skincare, right under foundation. I don't know. It's very much in the experimental phases. I'm not quite sure what to think of that yet. Got two foundations in this sale. One of them is the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. I got it in the shade, I think it's light. It's shade 03. It's the kind of thing you're gonna shake up. I've only worn this a couple times, and I do feel like I came out with better coverage than I was expecting, especially when blended in with a brush. Like, it's ultra thin. It comes out, it squeezes out through this little thing, and it's just gonna like run on your skin. It's very, very liquidy. But as you blend it in, if you blend it in with your hands, you can really feel almost like that dry oil kind of vibe. It has more coverage than I expected, but it really only takes me to medium, I'd say. It is pretty looking on the skin. It doesn't dry me out. I haven't paid close enough attention to this as far as staying power goes to give you a lot of feedback in that sense. It's in my foundation testing kind of rotation now. And the other one I got, this is an old classic. Some of you may be really surprised that I've never used this foundation before, but it's NARS Sheer Glow. And I think this is gonna play into a future video idea that I have, which is cult favorite products, or classic, iconic, I'm not sure what wording I'll use, but products that I'm finally trying, right? There are a couple of things in this haul that fall into that category, and I'm kind of struggling to think of a lot more, but this is the Sheer Glow. I got it in Vienna, that's light 4.5, because that's the shade I wear in the Natural Radiant Longwear. It works perfect for me. This seems just a hint lighter than that one, but it still works. I'm wearing that foundation today. It's really beautiful. Like, I'm digging it more than I thought I would, actually. I would say it's medium coverage, very natural looking on the skin, but like a satisfying level of coverage, you know? And you know it's old school when we're not seeing a pump, you know, we just got the bottle here and I dig it. I think it's a very pretty foundation on the skin and it does look pretty natural. So I was happy to finally get that and I'm gonna play with that some more as well. The other thing that's kind of like, I'm finally trying it, something that's been around for a while, it's pretty popular I think, is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. And this is in the shade Medium Brown, which I think is absolutely perfect for me. I've been using it some, as you can see there. It's kind of a cool deep brown. I've got it in my brows now and I've been applying it with this e.l.f. Eyebrow Duo brush, which is just a spoolie and an angled side. I like it so far. I think you kind of have to exercise a lot of control with this. If you've already got a decent amount of brow, you'll tend to feel like maybe it's gooping up a bit. It's very soft and creamy and it's easy to pick up too much and then it's like, I need to really thin this out. I need to brush it through. So picking up very little, I think starting in the thickest part of your brow to kind of warm yourself up and then getting lighter, lighter, lighter as you go inward is a good strategy for me. It doesn't seem to have a lot of hold. I definitely feel the need to go over it with some kind of gel. I feel like there are other pomades that have had a bit more hold. I'm thinking about the one that Too Faced put out years ago. Makeup Revolutions, I think, had a little more hold to it. This, I mean, for as creamy as it is, I have a feeling that I'm gonna have it for a long time. And for as little as I actually use when I dip in, I could see me having this product for so long. So I'm excited to finally try it, but I feel like there are a lot of options out there with pomades. My last thing from Sephora, I let myself get a new mascara. I have been really disciplined lately with going through mascaras that I have, not having a zillion and one different kinds open, like actually finishing some up, which is very satisfying. And mascaras are one of those things like, if I have too many open, I will lose track of just how old something might be, and you don't want to go around messing with your eyes in that way. But seeing as I've used up several lately, I let myself go ahead and get the Pat McGrath Labs Fetish Eyes Mascara. I've heard a lot of great things about this. I'm wearing it now, actually. I do feel like it builds up super quick, much like the IT Cosmetics Superhero. I like it. It really thickens up my lashes. It lengthens them out. I'm gonna keep using it for sure, but there are a couple things about it that I don't like quite as well as IT Cosmetics. First off, the brush is really big and it's very like chopped off at the end, you know? I don't think I've ever done a mascara video where I haven't given myself a little mascara mustache, but it's like very blunt cut at the end, and I wish there had been some taper because that would make it a little easier for me to get into those really small lashes. What I'm trying to say is I mess up sometimes with this mascara. Like, it's easy to hit yourself. It's a big brush and there's no taper. Also, I feel like it doesn't hold the curl as well as the IT Cosmetics does, and that's not like a universal problem for everybody. Some people's natural lashes just have a lot of curl, they hold curl better, and it might not drop your curl as much as it does on me. Like, it's the type of thing where I'm kind of needing to give it that little bit of boost. If I'm gonna take a picture, I'm gonna do something where I really want them to pop up and show, you know, it makes a difference if I kind of blink down on my lashes and you can see them a lot more. You get to see that volume, but they had dropped some. A little bit of this could be the newness. Sometimes as the newness sort of wears off of a mascara and you've used a little more product out of the tube, it won't weigh your lashes down quite as much because it simply won't coat as much on. So that could help me as I go throughout the lifespan of this mascara. It might not be as heavy on my lashes and therefore hold the curl better. So I'm gonna enjoy this, I'm gonna keep using it, but at this point I doubt that I would repurchase it or see it as better than Superhero for my lashes. I feel like I'm kind of flying through this stuff. I'll tell you what I got from QVC now. The order actually came really quick because I think it was last week that this product was a TSV, Today's Special Value, and it was all over my Instagram feed. Not really from influencers or beauty community people, but just like QVC was promoting the heck out of this and it just kept coming up. And the brand is called Belle Beauty. Okay, instant appeal for me, you guys know. But that's a QVC exclusive brand that I didn't know anything about and I was kind of curious about. Kim Gravel, I think is her name, who created this line, and this is everything in the kit. And I kind of saw it and I watched a couple little demos and I thought I might want to test that out. So I'm not wearing any of this today, but I will pop up a picture where I actually have everything on, and this Hover Cover High Definition Full Coverage Foundation is legit. Like, it really is a full coverage foundation. Actually wore pretty well on me. Actually applied beautifully with this brush. Nice full, but not too full buffing brush. The shade Light was really good for me. This is a cruelty-free brand, and I do like the packaging. It's got the pump there. You can really keep track of how much you're putting on your face at once. So that was a nice experience. They've got a couple of shadow sticks that are called the Shiro shadow sticks, and they give you iced mocha and pink champagne. Nice thing about these is that they come with a very formed point, and then there is also a little sharpener type deal that will come out of the end, and you can keep it formed that way if you want to. But these last and apply a lot like the Mally sticks. You know, there's a beautiful shimmer to these shades, and they will hang on a long time. In the picture where I was wearing these, I actually used these kind of as bases across the lid, and then I played things up a bit more in the crease with a NARS palette I'm trying. Worst swatching location here, but you can see the sheen, and then those will set to a completely long-wearing finish. I could rub across them, they won't move. And to use them both alone, I think I could see the bronzy shade actually being deep enough to go into your crease and maybe popping the pinky shade more on the lid. There's two lip products in here. One of them is a waterproof gel lip liner, and it's a beautiful shade. It's a nice kind of deep rose berry. And then you have a coordinating gloss. It's pretty sheer, but it looks beautiful on top of the lip liner, and it's actually just a perfect texture. Nothing wrong at all with the way that feels. So you end up with a nice pinky berry look, which is kind of my jam. Kind of, you know, when I saw that that was part of this kit, I thought I'll probably really wear those shades a lot. And lastly, you do get a mascara. So yes, I'm adding one more mascara to my mix, but this brush has 6 little balls on it and a nice taper toward the tip. It builds up very slowly. It's a very defining mascara. It does not have a tendency of clumping, but it also does not hold my curl even as well as the Pat McGrath. It just kind of straightens things out. I don't know if it's something to do with the drying time. Sometimes mascaras that dry a little quicker can kind of hold up your curl a bit better. I'll probably use it some more. It's called Backlash High Definition Mascara. I've only used it a couple times, so this is really kind of like a first impression status on that. But as it stands now, that's probably my least favorite part of this kit. My most favorite and most impressive part, I think, is the foundation. The shadow sticks are nice, but they're really similar to a Mally shadow stick, a Laura Mercier caviar stick. The lip products, lip colors were really nice. And it came in this tray down in this sealed sort of Ziploc bag. So for me, I mean, QVC is starting to take on a lot more like mainstream brands, bigger brands that you're seeing in Ulta and Sephora already. So I tend to be more intrigued by what brands they have exclusively. So I was glad I tested that out. And while I made that order, I actually had a little repurchase here. Long ago, I got a product called Tahitian Glow from Laura Geller, and it's a bronzer that comes in a pretty big pan, and you can wear it all over your body. And I had it for a long time. I believe I actually hit pan on it, and so we're talking a massive, like domed up baked product that I actually hit pan on. So this is face or body. It's absolutely beautiful. So I got it again, and it's in a much more streamlined compact this time, and it comes with this, and you can actually take some of this and like apply it down your arms, on your legs. Has anybody gotten into the situation where like you've been wearing leggings for, I don't know, 14 straight days, and then you have a situation where you need to wear a dress and you're like, oh, but my legs. This is kind of like a last minute thing, either with this or a big fluffy brush. You can go into this, gives a really natural glow to the skin, but also just a little bit of color. And so I love this packaging. The other kind was very like bulky, thick, boxy. I'm excited to play with that again. I would be taking that on vacation stuff, you know. But this set also came with a little retractable brush, which I haven't opened. I don't know that I really need it. I may just keep it in its packaging and share it, donate it. But it looks like that, and then it also comes with a Nude Kisses lip gloss in the shade Sunkissed. I don't know why like 8,000 hairs are sticking to me. I have not even used this gloss yet. Let's swatch it out. Okay, sort of an opaque kind of pinky nude with a little shimmer. It's right there. I have really liked some Laura Geller glosses in the past, so I thought this was a nice little kit and a good way to get a little more value as I repurchase that product. This was a free gift that I wasn't even expecting to get. This is the Double Take Baked Versatile Powder Foundation. Is Laura Geller trying to like recreate Balance and Brighten or create like a new contender in that powder foundation category? I don't know, but this was sent in the shade medium, and I've been kind of wearing this this. It's so soft, like it's beautifully textured. And I've basically been wearing this everywhere outside my under eye area. This would seem a little dark for me, I think, right now on the immediate under eye, but it kind of equalizes the texture of my skin everywhere else. So I've been liking that. But yeah, guys, that is my haul. I think we covered it all. Ulta, Sephora, QVC. Let me know what things you've picked up lately that you're excited about. Also, if you can think of any other like cult favorite beauty products that you've never seen me use, kind of like the NARS Sheer Glow or the Anastasia Dip Brow. If there's anything else kind of like that, I would love to put together a video where it's like finally reviewing some of those kinds of products. But thanks for your time, everyone, and I will see you again soon. Bye.